As a former cake baker, I never really had any sort of challenging customers, which was lucky. But I know some customers, some bakers who do, sorry. On Instagram, there's an account called Cake Memes for You, which I started following when I was a cake baker, but I still actually follow now because it's so funny and it just gives a bit of light relief to bakers and cakers in terms of the things that we deal with. One thing they show on that account are sort of real customer interactions, sort of via text message. Obviously, they blot out all the customers' real names, etc. But I just thought it'd be just fun just to go through some of them and just kind of explain, why this is an unrealistic expectation. So I've got them on my other phone here. So first up, we've got customer. Can we do 2 tiers for $200 and I'll drive the 45 minutes to get it? So the caker responded, no, I'm sorry, I cannot offer you 2 tiers for under $250. So it's their kind of, they always have a budget, the customer. The caker knows what their value is and it's like, no, this is it. But the customer's like, well, if I pick it up, you can take money off. And it's like, no, this is what it is. And then whatever you want to do is what you want to do. And this is kind of like sort of undervaluing cakers' work. There's still a lot of customers who kind of moan about how much cakes cost when they're buying them from independent bakers, saying, oh, why does it cost so much? I can get it cheaper there. Go and get it cheaper there. You have your budget. I know what I need to charge to make a profit, to make a living. And a lot of customers still don't understand that. But I think more bakers now do know their worth. And if a customer says, well, that's too expensive, cakers are like, all right, then go elsewhere. Another unrealistic expectation is how long it takes for cakes to be made. So this customer, can you make this cake tomorrow evening delivery? So you're like, today's today, you want this cake for tomorrow. Do you know how you can see, I think it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-tier cake, right? Covered in fondant. You got those are like sugar flowers. Do you know how long sugar flowers take to make? Do you know how long it takes to make? I don't know what they think that we do. Like we're just like superhuman. And why are you leaving it to the last minute? Unless the person you booked let you down. That's the only explanation I can think of. But if not, you needed this cake, so you're literally leaving it to the last minute. It's crazy. This is quite a funny one. So this is the customer. Hey, how much would you charge for a dozen chocolate covered strawberries and a dozen Rice Krispies? I have all the things you need except for the chocolate, but I can provide that as well. So they're thinking, if I provide all the ingredients for you, then you'll only need to charge me minimal. And it's kind of like, I would not take this order because you're insulting me. It's like, you want it as cheap as possible. Just do it yourself then. Do it yourself. The fact that you want to provide all the ingredients in the hope that you will charge less because obviously you don't have to factor the ingredients in your pricing. It's like, just make it yourself, innit? This one with about pickups. Now, I did have an occasion when somebody was supposed to pick up a cake and they ended up picking it up like two hours after the time, and I was a bit peed off with it because they kept saying, well, I'm going to be here this time, I'm going to be here this time, and then they weren't, and I had to end up chasing. And it was like, supposing I had to go out somewhere. Luckily I didn't, but they didn't know that. I didn't tell them that. I mean, they did apologize, but I'm just like, you need to keep me up to date with what's going on, not just be like, I'm having to like call you finding out, or when are you coming, when are you coming. So here, the client says, I would like to order a birthday cake, but need to pick it up on Monday, January the 8th. I see you're closed on Mondays, but can I pick it up then? Like, Michael, no. It clearly states that they are closed on Mondays. Why are they going to make an exception? You either you need to pick up the day before, not on the Monday. Like, I don't know. It's just so frustrating to me. And then the last one is another one about sort of unrealistic expectations. Hi, How are you? I wanted to know if you had any openings for tomorrow for this cake. Now, this is obviously like a big celebration cake. Why would you leave it to the last minute? Again, unless somebody let you down, right? Why do you think that this cake, which is like a suitcase cake, it's quite a involving cake, involving internal structures, etc. Obviously, you've got the Louis Vuitton print that you'd have to order. You got to do obviously the same with the money on there as well. Like, why are you coming to me today and be like, I need it for tomorrow? What happened? If it was a case that you did get let down, then you might just have to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to get maybe a shop bought cake. Because the fact that you think you could go to a baker and ask for this for the next day and not think anything of it and think how much work it takes is crazy to me. So there's just some of those. It's a really good account. I'll definitely go and check it out. You know, it's really, really good account. Thank you for Cake Means For You for allowing me to use these images in this video. Let me know, out of the ones that you saw, which one you think was the most unreasonable. Until next time, Cake lovers.